Oh, hello everyone. Welcome to the Sunfall Cycle.
We're just talking about you, Jesse.
I didn't know what was going on, but I heard Bronze get really quiet.
That's because Bronze and I have a
sudden.
fucking eagle eye on Jesse's face when we're talking shit before the show starts.
Oh.
Both of us stopped at the same fucking
Exactly.
I want to let you know, I heard the last, I'm going to say like 30 seconds and was like, I'm going to wait. I was like, I myself am going to pause on this. I was like, that's some tasty drama.
It was too spicy.
Too spicy for Jesse? That's not a thing.
I mean, look, it wasn't too spicy for me, but the internet, it might have been too much spice.
I love how we're just always living on the edge so unnecessarily. Like, we don't have to be doing this. We're like, no, let's talk about shit we don't want anyone outside.
We are trash goblins.
It's the only way we feel alive, okay?
So good. I mean, we're just
To ride the
acting
lightning.
whatever way feels natural to us. This is our natural state of being.
The spice must flow.
Trash goblins. Yeah, the spice must flow.
The spice must flow.
I watched Dune. It was so good.
Yeah.
Has everybody here seen Dune?
I haven't. Sorry.
That's okay.
You don't have to be sorry. What?
I know
The
this
worm
is
dies
gonna
at the
like
end.
I don't know how to best describe the conversation I had after watching Dune, but now that some of you have seen it, almost all of you, I'm gonna say this the best I can without it being a spoiler, because I love. But one of the big conversations we, like I have a group of friends that when we leave a movie theater, we always like stand outside like a bunch of douchebags. And we're like, so this is what I thought about this thing. Like that kind of thing. And so one of my friends was like, so I don't really know anything about Dune, but I'm really worried this is going to turn into like a white savior complex movie. And I was like, I don't know how to talk to you about this film without spoiling the ending. Like, and that sucks because, you're definitely right. Like that first movie, you're like, oh yeah, no, Timothée Chalamet's gonna be like, don't worry, the white dude's here to save you all. But like, I don't know how to describe the rest of the film. Like, the rest of the series. Like, I don't know. But
I think it comes across like at least a little bit in the first movie because he's having nightmares. Like he's not having fucking daydreams or like it's glorious. He's having fucking nightmares that scare the shit out of him.
Yeah,
I described this in two ways because Jess and I just had a conversation about this the other night, which was one. Shit, what was I gonna say?
It's like hard to discuss without being like, and this is what happens, right?
Yeah, no, it is. Like, it's really hard. Like that's all what I just said is I feel like all I can say without like really spoiling anything.
But it's like
I think the big thing that I lean on is I think that the story is more complex than it looks on the surface.
Yes.
But the other thing that I think is if your work is easy enough to read by the audience that will take it only at surface value as a reinforcement of what they like, then I think you've to a certain extent failed. And so this is like you've got like you've got like toxic masculinity edge bros who are like, oh yeah, Fight Club is the greatest movie ever, or the greatest book ever. And it's like, no, as soon as you dig just a little bit on the surface of Fight Club, it's really obvious that it's a takedown of toxic masculinity. But if your work is easy enough for people to engage with where they can just uncritically ignore the deeper layer, I think maybe there's a little work there.
It is.
So like Dune obviously as a movie, as a book, like it there are some things that it does well, and there are some things that, from a cultural perspective, from an inclusion and like accurate representation perspective, it doesn't. But yeah, I loved it as a movie.
Yeah, it's
a weird sequel to Spice World.
You know what? I'm waiting for that spoof. Someone out there on YouTube has to be making that. But all I gotta say is, Bronze, I just need your hot take on one scene. Just one. There's one scene in this film that they were like, this is what a 40K movie would look like.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
And I was the entire time was like, holy shit, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen. Those dudes upside down in the blood. I was like,
go watch it. You know what I mean? Like,
so if that's what's going to get you to watch it, Bronze, genuinely, my impression of this movie of Dune is these creators recognize that Dune, the IP, is 60% of what Warhammer 40K took its inspiration from wholesale, just straight up stole it. And they said to themselves, we're going to make a movie that shows Warhammer 40K what Warhammer 40K could be.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's Dune.
Yeah. There was the part that sold me, because a lot of the stuff you see is just like what's his name? Oscar Isaac in armor that looks pretty bland. I didn't really like sell it on me. And I was sold about 20 minutes into the movie. There's an envoy from another group that comes to a planet, and I'm just looking at those dudes, and I'm like, this is 40K. This is beautiful. This is actually everything I wanted. It's incredible. I got chills. And I was like, okay, I'm in.
What's fascinating about the
when
movie?
their ships are landing.
Yeah, no, like everything about
the envoy,
visuals. It is straight up. Someone in chat said it perfectly. It's like 2 hours, 40 minutes of like incredible visuals with like 30 minutes of story. It literally is the first. We were just talking about in The Office. It's like the first 30 minutes of the like 80s movie crammed into a 3-hour movie.
Right.
Like
So
extended. It's crazy.
The thing about Dune as a story is that Frank Herbert wrote. Frank Herbert?
Yeah, I think
Is that right?
so.
Frank Herbert.
Sounds, yeah.
I was like, Jesus Christ,
You're
Isaac
like,
Asimov?
yeah,
Who the fuck wrote Dune?
George R.R.
That's
Martin.
him.
George R.R. Martin wrote this incredible story.
No, he didn't.
And it's about two things, really. It's about like
Martin wrote it wouldn't be finished.
right. Well, you got the first book done. Come on, let's be honest. It's a story that leans very heavily on religion and prophecy and like the manipulation of those things. And so the movie sort of like treats its source material incredibly reverently, and I mean that in a religious sense. And it takes that time and it uses that breathing room to create that sense of like religiousness and also like prophecy. I feel like it does a fantastic job of infusing important moments with the idea that you're watching something either holy or prophetic without really beating you over the head with it. Obviously there are prophetic visions in it, but like I was super impressed with the way that it infuses that sentiment deeply throughout the whole movie instead of just like in specific moments.
Yeah, let me spoil every prophetic vision for you. It's Zendaya like, she like turns to the camera and like looks at the camera like, what up? And then it fades away and you're like, all right,
yeah, but
that's
it's
her role.
Zendaya, so I don't care. Keep showing it. It's fine.
I think it is remarkably funny.
It's like looking at a painting or something. I was just like,
Yes,
oh, okay.
it's like
yes.
everything in the
Perfect
movie is
face.
beautiful
Sure,
to
I'll
look at.
this. Yeah,
Yeah.
everything is gorgeous.
Everything's good. It's just crazy to me that like, it's kind of like if in Lord of the Rings, the first Lord of the Rings movie, they just like spent 25 minutes of that film having Frodo like have visions of the Rohirrim. Like just like the slow turn of just like guys on horses. Like, oh, I bet that's gonna be important next movie. That is roughly what happens in this film. Where it's like, next movie though, shit's going down though. In the next one.
I don't think they were excessive, like from the book. Like he has that. I
No,
feel like he
you're
had
absolutely
that
right.
limitations over in
Yeah.
the book too. Like they weren't even exaggerating it. It's just that many times.
It is.
I don't know. I thought everything. Like I loved how the guy floats too. The Baron.
Yeah, God.
Oh my God,
The
when
Baron
he, like,
floating up
floated
and just
in the
this
air, I was like,
terrifyingly towering.
Okay.
Whoa.
Open invitation. Once Bronze has seen the movie, I'd be happy to play the board game with y'all and teach it and play it.
The Dune board
There's
game.
a Dune board game.
It's
Let's
incredible.
go.
Yeah,
Are we
it's
all
very
like
fun.
great houses vying for spice?
Can I just be one of the worms?
It's very, very good.
Can I just be the worms?
Can I
Who
just be a
plays the
worm?
worms?
No,
Yeah.
no one plays as the
I'd
worms.
be like, hop on, everybody. I'll take you where you need to go.
I don't think that my immersion's broken. I don't think it.
That's my worm. The worm eats the he eats the dirt.
Obviously, the winner of the previous game that you played of the Dune board game controlled worms.
Is the worm right?
Yeah,
right.
is the worm. You squeeze yourself into like a sleeping bag and you tie it around your head.
It comes with the board game. There's a sleeping bag in the board game.
New worm cosplay.
Oh, I'm a worm now.
If it weren't for COVID, So before every PAX Unplugged, I rent a house and have my friends over like as like a pre-con where we play role-playing games and board games beforehand. And I got everyone hooked on Dune. And the year right when COVID happened, the plan was I was going to buy everybody bathrobes, and we're going to wear comfy bathrobes and drink alcoholic spiced drinks and play Dune.
The spice liquor, which is actually just Goldschlager.
Right? I was thinking it has to use the blue, like an aviator, like as an iterative. I forget the blue drink, whatever it's called.
Curacao.
Curacao, thank you.
Yeah, so you can just like shake up Curacao and Goldschlager.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're set.
That sounds fucking horrible.
Anything in Goldschlager
probably would be pretty bad.
Yeah, like that combination, you're like anything plus Goldschlager equals.
At that point, just start drinking antifreeze, Steven. Like, what are you doing?
That doesn't sound good at all.
I don't have Curacao. I only have Cointreau, but I could go get some Cointreau and Goldschlager.
Why?
We can make this happen.
Why?
About Goldschlager. I just forgot about it.
You just blanked
since
that out.
high school, I think I haven't thought about
The idea of
Okay,
gold flakes
look.
being in a liquor is stupid, and you're smart, Brit. So your brain dumped this.
I didn't use that. It
For
used to be the
okay,
cool
guys.
thing. Everyone's like, "Ooh, it's Goldschlager. Put it like make it pretty." And then
I, on the other hand, quite like Goldschlager. It reminds me of my.
what is it? Is
Emperor.
it cinnamony? Is that what it's?
Cinnamon
Yeah,
schnapps,
Goldschlager
yes.
is just cinnamon liqueur.
Yeah.
But with gold,
It's almost like cinnamon simple syrup, except alcoholic.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Look, I've been sitting. This is the perfect intersection. I've been waiting on this cocktail name for literally like 3 years at this point. The Cuisat Sazerac. I'm ready. And I want it. That's, you know what I mean. I have that. The Aviator would have been the
Cuisat
Ornithopter.
Sazerac awakens.
this is like when you go to a nerd bar and all the drinks are named after like stuff from. There was one place in London where the drinks weren't named like the Mario. They were literally the drinks from the things. And so it'd be like, yeah, buy the drink that's from that world. And we just crafted it. And I was like, oh, that's much more clever than like, this one's called the Achievement Hunter. Like, all right, yeah, okay, cool. No, they were like, this one's called the Snozzle Blaster. And it's from, fellow
gamers.
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. And I was like, you know what? I'll allow it. I'll allow it.
It's like Ready Player One, the bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Except, I can tolerate it. I spend
They
time
have to
there.
explain the drink and the reference to you while serving it.
My friend actually released a book of drinks to go with D&D campaigns, and some of them come with adventures, and they're all themed.
What?
Because he's a tiki enthusiast. Yeah, his name's Todd Stashwick. Came out with a
Sounds
book
perfect
called
for
Mystic
Steven.
Libations.
That's so cool. Is he
I have
on
a signed
Twitter?
copy. Yeah. And the book is called Mystic Libations, and apparently the mixologist behind it is, I think, either him or his wife. Sorry if I misspoke. Does the drinks for Disney. So they're like an expert of themed drinks. And
All right,
stuff on
wait.
it.
I just need to confirm that I have the right man.
Yeah.
This man was an actor in 12 Monkeys, The Riches, and SPM.
Yes.
This man is a writer on Forspoken.
Yes. And there's like another game coming out. Yeah. Very close personal friend of mine.
This dude has written a book called Mystic Libations.
Yes, that's the book.
He's a DM.
Yes.
Is he your soulmate, Steven?
He's way cooler than me. He's too out of my league.
Yeah.
Steven, that's how I feel about everyone. So don't worry. Here's the truth. You're like
I bet you he would
just
hang out
as
with
good,
you and
if not
love
better.
you. Yeah.
You're so good.
He would hang out with you and love you.
You're like of equal footing or slightly better.
Yeah. I
Because
always
you aren't
Who
in
am I?
Hollywood.
Who
You're not
am
in
I?
Hollywood.
Only 3-year DM of Newdberry Award-winning The Sunfall Cycle.
Helen
Only
Mirren's
senior
favorite
game
show.
designer on Horizon Forbidden West.
Yeah. If
Yeah.
anything, you
Couple feathers in your cap.
yeah.
Yeah, and he's really nice. I had dinner with him last month when I was in LA, and I have to check my inner monologue around him because sometimes he'll be talking about a gig he booked and it's like a big TV show, and I'm over here talking about the D&D game I just DM'd, and he's always very excited. He's like, "No, tell me about that. I'm excited about that." And I was being kind of disparaging to myself, and he put a hand on my shoulder. He's like, "Shut up! I'm gonna be working for you in 5 years. Like, shut up."
Oh,
So like, he's really nice. He's not like, "I'm famous." He's like, "No, fuck my gig with all these famous people. Let me hear about you and your D&D game."
He is a better. Never mind. He's a better person than me. I never would have wanted to hear that. I would have been. Oh my god. I would have been like, all right. Anything else besides this?
I bet you the
You wanna
bevels
talk
on his
Dune?
business cards are so tasteful.
Jesse. Look at Jesse acting like he's all mean, but he's actually like really nice.
How dare you? How dare you ruin this for me?
Jesse's like, "Oh, I'm like, I hate people, but then I randomly hang out with random people at bars after I do my live show at the sold out stadium, but because I'm actually really humble, down to earth, and like interacting with my audience. But
I was very good. I didn't go out drinking after either one of our live shows. In fact, one night my car got broken into, so that didn't happen. Downtown LA, baby. It didn't actually. They didn't break in. I have no idea what happened. Like, I know I locked the car, so I'm not even stressed. But all that was in the car to take was I had some clothes for Goodwill in the trunk. And when I came out, the trunk was empty.
Oh, that's good then.
I mean, yeah.
Those clothes went where they were needed.
But no one.
Someone probably needed them.
Like,
now you
no
don't
one
have to drop
broke
them
in.
off. Yeah.
Like, nothing was shattered. Like,
no, that happens all the time. Somebody slept in James's car the other day because the gate was broken on the garage, and they left one Pokemon card and a pillow. But like they didn't take anything in the car. They just like slept there for the night, and then like they left before they were found. Like,
I'm hearing that they paid for their room.
I mean,
One Pokemon card and a pillow.
it was just like
Listen,
a
As is
weird
tradition.
It was weird. It's a weird thing to come out to your car and just be like, something's different, and not realize until a few minutes later, like, they open the glove. This is what's crazy about it. This is why I don't get glove box open, all the papers on the floor. Nothing in my glove box except for like when I took it to get repaired, right? Nothing's in there. So it's all on the floor.
Yeah.
But
Look,
the
the glove
change
compartment-
thing, that's next to the driver's, like the steering wheel, I had like $8 in quarters in there. All of it's still there.
They didn't want to stop you from taking the tolls that you need to take to get to work every morning. They're not a monster, Jesse.
But I can't figure. But that little middle compartment in there were my prescription sunglasses. They stole those. My prescription sunglasses.
They had bad eyesight. They haven't been to a doctor in a
They
few
might
years.
have needed sunglasses. Also, when
Yeah.
you're breaking into someone's car to steal stuff, you're probably not going to sit there and gather up $8 worth of quarters. Like, you're probably trying to just get in and out.
I'm gonna
So
let you know.
You're probably you're probably carrying stuff around, so you're probably not trying to like weigh yourself down with $8 of quarters.
I'm gonna let you know that I have evidence to the contrary. We years ago in our old office, like one of the guys who was there accidentally left the door open at night, and a dude walked in. It was caught on film and everything. In that office were consoles, TVs, cameras, like everything you could name. Thousands of dollars worth of stuff. Dude went for the giant container of change, and that's all he took.
I mean, people are inexplicable.
Liquidity, man. Liquidity.
That's what I'm saying.
I think
figured.
people will take what they need. And
I was
I'm
gonna
gonna
say it could also be like, so having worked at basically, because a lot of used game stores essentially the equivalent of a pawn shop.
Sure.
There are no buy lists, and if you end up on a no buy list, like I legally could not purchase a console from someone without checking their ID first and tying the transaction to their ID with the console serial number. So then if someone comes in and they say, hey, that's my console, it's stolen, we file a report to the police with the console serial number as well as the ID that we bought it back under, and the police department will flag it as a no buy. Like, you cannot buy pawned items from that ID. Now there are pawn shops that like
Part
bend
of a
that
crime.
rule or don't do that rule, but those consoles would be a shit ton of work because first of all, selling more than one at a GameStop is going to get you flagged like immediately if you come in with 8 consoles.
Sure.
Second of all, their ID might already be on a no buy list, so it's already going to be a hassle. You have to think about bribing the person working there or going to somebody you know, like a fence, basically Skyrim style, who's gonna try to look the other way and purchase it from you. And then third of all, it's
we're overthinking this. We're overthinking this. What if the dude was a pirate? He just wanted to bury his treasure.
He just wanted his he was like, they stole me coins.
I need to feel. I have to have the feeling again. One more. I've already pawned off my ship. I got marooned. I swam back. I just want the feeling of holding a giant treasure chest like one more time.
On a
Spanish gold, Jeffersonian nickels.
Are they Irish pirates?
Tis true. Irish pirates.
Is that what my impression sounded like?
Yeah. Oh, I've got a doubloon to bury.
Oh, I have a doubloon.
The army
I do.
mateys.
Stole it, I did.
We're being offensive to Eric's people right now.
Let's be honest. It's Suzanne's people.
Yeah.
Right. Eric's just there.
Oh, I'm not allowed to be. Okay.
But I will say, positive news. I had my first, oh my God, I think I'm like a celebrity moment. It felt great. You ready for this? This is so good.
Yeah.
As we go to the place downtown, we get into the you know, the behind the scenes stage stuff, everything's set up, and the guy's like, yeah, so there's a green room. It's like around the corner. Don't even worry about it. I got you like snacks and food and stuff in there. You're gonna be chill. You got like 3 hours till the show. Go have fun. Go chill. I was like, okay. So I was still working on setting up stuff, and one of the other guys in the show, he's like, I'm gonna go check it out. He like leaves, comes back, and he's like, all right, yeah, I mean, they have like Red Bull and stuff in there for us. So that's pretty cool. And I was like, I don't remember asking for Red Bull, but like, I'll take whatever. So we go up this like tiny ass rickety stairwell up into like a room that is no bigger than like, I don't even know, like a closet. There's one chair and like a mini fridge with 2 Red Bulls in it. And we were like, this seems weird, but like, you know, we've been in worse. We've definitely like hung out in like tinier, crappier rooms.
At least I'm not about to get sacrificed.
Yeah, and so then I go back downstairs. I'm like, hey, you know, can we get like some waters or like some beer or something while we're waiting to like go up there? And the guy's like, what do you mean? There should be tons of stuff. Like, no, it's just like some Red Bull and like a mini fridge. He's like, where are you at? I'm like, upstairs. There's like a little tiny stairwell and it leads us upstairs, this room. Guy looks at me and he's like, no, around the corner. Like, what do you mean? He's like, around the corner. So he leads me to this room, opens this security locked door, and in it is like an apartment with like 8 couches and like rows of food and drinks. And like, if there would have been, I don't know, just like half naked people sprawled out all over the place, it would have been fitting because it looked like a scene from some type of like a Caligula kind of thing. It was crazy looking. And I was like, what is this? He's like, oh, this is your green room. I was like, oh. So I had to go upstairs, grab everyone. I didn't say anything. I was like, guys, come with me. We gotta go. Just come with me. We gotta go. And they're like, what? Are we not gonna do the show? And I was like, just follow me. Just come on. We gotta go. Just grab everything. We gotta go. Everyone's like, is it canceled? I'm like, just follow me. Come on, let's go. I took him around the corner in this room, and everyone's like, what the hell is this? And I was like, I don't know. I've never experienced all this before in my life. And so then we proceeded to live like kings. It was amazing. And I just want to say, shout out to the wonderful people at Regent Theater for going all out. I was like, oh, is this what it's like to feel loved? Yeah. So,
is this what it's like every Friday night for me? Because I'm Jesse Cox.
I wish, oh my God. Bronze, I'm going to let you know, if I lived like this, I would be an asshole. I would be a giant dick. I need to be humbled because let me tell you, it was too much. I was like, I had a moment. This is a real moment of like, I walked in after the show and there were just like people in there, just like people hanging out. And I didn't know who half the people were. And I realized like, this must be like a rock band feels like when they come back from shit and there's just people in their dressing room area. And I was like, I don't even know these damn people. What the hell are these people doing here? And I like had a like aged rock band guy moment where I was like, I wanted to just like, get out of me, the room. I don't know none of yous, right? But I didn't. I just sat there and was like, all right.
Dude, there is nothing more annoying when you're trying to do a show than when like some talent comes up and they're like, there's people in my green room, and it's like, yeah, you're all sharing it. So if you need to sit by yourself, I could put you over here. I didn't know that there'd be people in there, so we need a different situation. And I'm like, there are literally no other green room setups right now, and the show's happening.
What's crazy is I realized that.
Oh my God, just go sit in the corner and be quiet and eat your fucking cookies, dude. Just chill out. Like,
that's apparently every time I go anywhere, every time I do anything, that is apparently the way people act. Because when I was like in the tiny closet
so
room,
many people.
and I came downstairs, the guy was like, "No, this is your room," and I was like, "Oh, I'm so dumb. I'm so sorry." And he was like, "Oh, I thought you were gonna be like upset, like, you know, you're like really chill." And I was like, "Yeah, because like, dude, you took us from a closet to like an apartment room. Like, this is
so
great."
Funny. Like the people who should like the people who like have the clout to be assholes are usually the ones who are like the most lovely and accommodating. Like,
I never, like, that's my problem, is I never raise a stink over stuff. I'm like, it's fine.
and you should raise a stink when things are like bullshit. Right?
That is Jesse's problem.
I never raise a stink.
Too. I think it's because I'm very like okay with communicating my boundaries. So like, I'm okay with sharing a green room with a bunch of people, but like on D&D shows, I'm kind of like on camera talent and the writer. So sometimes if the group is running behind or running ahead, I have to spend the in-between time like reblocking and adjusting boss fights and stuff like that to accommodate, like, because usually like I write like a 6-episode run, like Battle for Beyond, premiering November 12th.
Yay!
Wait, Bronze, I'm really interested in your story, but you just said something really interesting. Could you just can we circle back on that?
Yeah, I'm running a new mini series for D&D Beyond called Battle for Beyond. I'm the DM, and one of our other cast members got announced today. Abria.
Who is it, Bronze?
Yay!
Yeah, Abria herself.
What?
Yeah, and we've got, more cast that you're going to meet over the next couple of days, which I'm very excited about. So me and Abria are on a show finally. But I'm totally cool with sharing a green room with tons of people, because on D&D shows there's usually like 7 or 8 or 10 people there. But a lot of times I'm writing, and sometimes people like will be, they'll be raucous or whatever. I don't care. I'm usually in the corner on my Surface, like restructuring the campaign. And when people talk to me, I just put up a finger like a prima donna. I'm like, not right now. Don't talk to me right now. Don't perceive me for the next 30 minutes.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that at all.
Everyone's super chill with it. Everyone's like, hey, she's working. Shut up, guys. Shut up. Like, Abria's like, people want to be like, guys, shut the fuck up. Jasmine's working.
You've never done that to me. Is that because we have like a better relationship than all those other people? I feel like that's what it is.
I think it's because you know when to shut the fuck up, though.
I feel like there's a deeper connection though, like, more than that. No.
It's
but like deeper, you know what I mean?
The deep connection of knowing when to shut the fuck up.
Like
Jesse.
really deep, like it's a super deep connection though, right?
No. I don't know about that. I will say me and Jesse are capable of a good, comfortable silence, which I appreciate about Jesse.
Yo, those are my favorite. I love not talking.
Yeah, me too. Well, even at JP's wedding, we'll just sit there for like 40 minutes and not talk, and then go right back into talking shit about people.
I could most of my life is spent in people are like, Jesse, quiet. When this goes off, I'm gonna let you know like when this shuts down, I'm like for like 3 hours. I don't say a damn thing to anyone. I love my moments of silence. If I'm in a car, I don't talk to anyone. I'd rather sleep in a car than have a conversation with you on a road trip. That's a fact. I'm not a talker. I don't talk. I like silence. My mom, however, she will be like, so the other day I was talking with, and then 5 hours later, I'm like,
Yeah. It's true. When Jesse came to Amsterdam, we sat across the table at Italian 45 minutes, not saying a word.
That's a lie. How dare you?
Then Jesse said D&D, and I said yes.
Yeah, we looked into each other's souls. We stared at each other. That was just me being
Read their
very
soul
high.
aura.
Yeah, and I stared at you and was like, D&D? And you were like, bro. And I said, bro. And that was it. That's all the thought that went into this.
Bro.
2 bros and a D&D. Yeah.
And here we are, 3 years later.
Mm-hmm. Man, I need to go back. Amsterdam was 3 years ago? Come on. This world
So
sucks.
someone very famous popped into one of our chat channels recently and said, quote, "Holy shit, we've been doing this for a long time." And when this scion of her peers,
I'm gonna fucking kill you.
when this legend among legends said this, it inspired me to look back at When on Earth. We were
When
originally...
did we premiere?
Someone else, whose name will go unmentioned, said, "I'm so goddamned hype. I can't wait to play with y'all on the 8th." Wait. This is August 11th, 2018. I don't remember when we actually first premiered, but
I don't know who these people are, but to me, sound like a great group. Sound like a great group to play some D&D with. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just gonna say, all very attractive, easy on the eyes. Just good people. Good. All right, not that attractive. Calm down, Steven. Whoa, not that. Oh, I don't know about all that.
All doing this pose? Are we all doing this?
yeah, we're all...
The
I have nothing to lean back on. How do you know?
yeah.
Lean back on a rainbow.
Lean back on a rainbow. Here's the
my God.
sounds like something.
I don't remember that from the Skittles
Lean
ad.
back on a rainbow.
Lean back on a rainbow. Taste
You
the
Ireland,
rainbow.
I'm not sorry.
Lean back on a rainbow is. That's such a good line. I don't know, like.
That sounds like a Joni Mitchell song.
Yes.
Yeah, it does.
Lean back on a rainbow. It also sounds like an insult, but I can't figure out why or for what reason. Lean back on a rainbow. You know, like
Go lean back on a rainbow.
go lean back on a rainbow.
Rocks. Yeah,
It's like touch grass. Please go outside and lean back on a rainbow. My God.
Oh my God, just go lean
Stop
back on a
arguing
rainbow.
about D&D and go lean back on a rainbow.
Steven, I'm gonna just hand it to you. Go lean back on your rainbow, bro.
All right, here we
Do
go.
it, yeah.
Thinking back on past rainbows. Do y'all remember what happened last time? Here we are in the clockwork realm of Tix, where everything is like bronze gears and silver shafts and like spiralized coils of wire that carry energy from place to place. Chains crisscrossing into the stratosphere. And, as you look up into the sky, all of these towers of gears and pistons and coils rise up. And as you look down over the edge of the gear you're standing on, all of this descends into the inimitable depths. There's basically no end to this. Through all of this, a brilliant, golden, radiant source shines its energy. And you've learned that this thing shining, burning in the heavens is called the Cog Heart. And it's some kind of like fantasy fusion reactor at the center of this world that is like echoing energies that cause all of the motion of all the gears. And it also has like repeaters that are placed throughout this world, of which you four are now in possession of one. I think that it is Enkara, our resident elven druid with twig antlers in her hair, who is currently holding the Periapt of Peace, which is a silver football-sized 8-sided die that is responding to the energies radiating from this cog heart up in the heavens. Do you remember where you are, who you met, what they talked about last time? Hit me
Yeah,
up.
we met the guy. What was his name? Anyone remember? We met the guy, and then he was
The guy with the
taking
cool
us back
crown.
to the place. Yeah,
Face.
and we went back to his place to have a snack or something, I think. And
Yep.
then he told us about the one
The cog
house
something?
that was in
No.
charge, and they had like
House
the big
Coloca.
thing. Yeah, and they had the
This one
giant
right
gear
here
in
with
the
the K.
horizon, and And then there were the little kids, and they're from like that house that got destroyed.
Kaloka. Yeah.
Yeah, and then he was sending us there to gather information on something.
I think if I recall, so House
Sorry.
Kalaka,
Broke tooth.
you're very close. I love it.
Okay.
House Kalaka was destroyed, and it was a rival house to the current Ascendant house, which is House Arabest.
Oh,
And
right.
Klaxon, the enforcer who warned you about the hunt, quote unquote, is sort of the current de facto leader of House Arabest. And you learned this because of the way that he responded to Jesse, to Sarek asserting that he was secretly serving House Arabest. And so, yeah, House Kalaka was like the only real rival power to House Arabest. And then one day it just suddenly like fell. And he mentioned something or other. Spring Coil is his name.
Yeah.
Spring Coil mentioned something about how House Vixatrix received a visitor, which was a queen from another realm. And it was about that same time that something changed in the gears of the clockwork realm of Tixoxtix. And as a consequence of this, the Ring of Providence began moving and rising House Arabest to the summit of the ring. And at the same time, the Iron Wind began sweeping through the realms, rising up out of the depths, only to fade back into the depths once it's over. And all of these troubles sort of began at about the same time. I remember something about Spring Coil having a set of contacts who are spies in some of the great houses, and that he was going to get you information about something, but he needed you to do something for him first.
Correct.
Right.
We had to do something with we had to treat with Broketooth or kill him or something. The creature below.
So down in the depths, the shanty town that you're in right now, the Fulcrum, stands on top of the pinnacle of House Kalaka's ruined, abode deeper within the realm of Tixoxtix. And somewhere deep in the depths of the ruined House Kalaka is some terrifying creature called Broketooth that that the denizens of the Fulcrum seem a little bit nervous of. What did you were asking for information from Spring Coil regarding House Arabest or House Vixatrix. Do you remember what you wanted to know?
Oh man, it was
Didn't write that down.
I'm trying to remember because I'm like, it's right there.
I truly don't remember either. It's something about the queen and
we wanted,
and like,
yeah, like I remember the overall goal was we wanted to get into the court in the high places, right? And that like, are you asking why we wanted to go there?
Yeah,
right. Like, what was our goal for getting into the high court?
Well, I remember that Spring Coil said that he could offer you information, and I don't remember exactly what information he wanted or what for.
So there's two things that I seem to recall that we were like, this. All right, one was one I wasn't into for obvious lore reasons, but like we were trying to figure out who besides us, because they mentioned that like other people have been stopping through, and we're trying to figure out who besides us, and he dropped. Like, oh, yeah, no, it's that queen. And then my delightful companions were like, oh, you mean Tanith? And I was like, I don't know who the hell that is. And that was one. But also, I think we were trying to figure out how mechanically this world ties into our realm in the cycle of repeating, and in what way, like, why the queen would be associated with this. And so there's like a twofold thing, like why was she here, and more importantly, what would how mechanically does this connect back?
Weren't
we also trying to figure out like how the periapt like was part of the machine, like the system, or
it was
whatever?
like a Wi-Fi thing, but I guess we don't know what that is. Right, it's like a signal booster,
and it's like, oh, there's something else we can probably use it for, because like I remember just thinking that it's probably a piece of something larger. Like, and the idea is to take it away from what it was doing and figure out like where it goes and how it works.
Yeah, why was the queen here? What exactly does the Periapt do? And how does this realm relate to our own?
Yeah. Sub question of that is, what sort of advantage can we get out of it for going against the king?
Yep. What home advantage can we gain? Excellent. Do you remember what it was that Springcoil wanted you to do in exchange for this?
I believe nothing. Said nothing.
Fuck up.
No, he wanted us to look into the issue with the oil flow. Something dried up the flow of oil. Am I right, Stephen? And he wanted to go up
You've
river
got it.
and restore the flow of oil because something's interfering with it. He doesn't know what it is, but for some reason he had assumed that there was like interference, like somebody is messing with it. It didn't just dry up.
Yep. Yeah. So you might remember there's this large bronze gear that serves as the foundation of Fulcrum. And there's like a couple of raised gears that abut to the edge of the large gear. On top, one of them is where Springcoil's house is. Just sort of a shanty that's like a tent that's strung up on top of a shaft that's coming up through the center of this gear. So if we imagine that as sort of like the northeast side of town, on the south end of town, there's like a huge, tall, like spiral crankshaft, which hooks onto the edge of the gear that forms the foundations of the fulcrum. And that's where you came like crawling down from. On the eastern edge, there's like a shaft that's been cut in half and then hollowed out. So it's like half of a tube open to the air. And the tube itself shows like the metal of it has the sheen that belies that it was regularly oiled or had oil flowing through it. Though right now, there's no oil in there. It's been scraped completely dry. All that's left is the sheen on the metal of, the pristine color from the oil sort of like working into the grains of the metal. And as you sit here in Springcoil's hut, sipping the tea that he has provided you and like choking down the hard travel biscuits where he's like, oh yes, organics, they eat this, right? And that's what he's given you as foodstuffs. He gestures out the window and says, yes, that's right. He's got the Deckard Cain voice. If you follow this tube upwards, then eventually you'll come back to the source of all the oil. And I believe you will find a way, being ingenious interplanar travelers that you are, to restore the flow. And in the time that you're gone, I will reach out to my little clockwork beetles in House Vixatrix and House Arabest and to see what manner of information I might be able to provide for you.
Clockwork beetles?
Yes. A little clockwork beetle told me. 2 clockwork beetles in the hand is worth 1 in the bush.
And we're not sure if you're being metaphorical or literal.
No. But metaphorical, obviously. I mean people.
Right. Got it. I don't got it. Okay. So we need to go get the oil flowing again.
Well, how do we do that?
Didn't he's told us to go to the house, right?
Right, but like once we're there.
I feel like we have to figure that out.
What? I guess
they
what I'm asking.
don't know what's stopping it. So
Why
yeah,
are you
we're
asking?
gonna have
Are
to
you
figure it out.
asking him?
He's
Well,
saying that we're
yes.
smart enough,
Sure.
we'll figure it out.
Well, I'm asking simply why they haven't done it themselves.
I can try turning it off and on again.
Yes, why have outlanders such as us do this when you haven't done it yourself?
Yeah. So two things. He stands up, and as he stands, your eye for detail notices just immediately that like the way that he stands and the weight that he's putting on one leg versus the other very clearly shows that he's not in the best repair. In fact, from the way that he's standing up, you judge that he's probably fairly old as an individual in this realm, and his joints and gears are no longer working as smoothly as they once were. And he hobbles over to another window, and he draws aside the diaphanous golden curtain, and he just opens it out onto the plaza of the Fulcrum, where I think like Ulix, the little jester boy with the emerald eyes, is doing like a somersault, and Amix, the ballerina, and like a handful of other kids are all just like sitting there and clapping as Ulix does his little performance. And Springcoil turns back to you and he says, "My work is here." And then he just sort of like reaches down to his left leg and sweeps aside the robe for a second. And you can see that like the joint of his left leg has actually been like physically damaged by some kind of an impact or something.
An arrow?
Yeah. He says, "I used to be an adventurer like you, and then I took a hammer to the knee."
Sark throws himself into oblivion, right off the edge, jumps to his death.
He gestures down and he says, "Would have been that once upon a time I might have tried to make my way up the trough and see what had caused the flows to stop, but between you and me, these old limbs aren't what they used to be. And furthermore, these things, they never happen without a reason. In Texoxtix, we all abide by the laws of cause and effect. I believe that whatever has happened was done by people who don't particularly care about us here at the Fulcrum. It might be that you four can find a way to make them care in ways that I cannot."
Okay.
Yes, you there with with the skull.
Yeah. Shouldn't they care about your opinion more since you're like a tax-paying resident here and tourists?
He just like reaches up and like runs some fingers through the filigree of like his face structure up towards the top of it, and it gives you the same impression as of like someone running their hand through their hair. And he says, "Oh, tax paying is a bit much, isn't it?"
So you evade your taxes?
He gestures around. He says,
He pays his fair share.
He says, good companion. It's not so much that we evade taxes, but that the town of Fulcrum, we have nothing. We are the destitute of society. We are the forgotten and the cast off. We have nothing to give, and the people above, they don't think much about or of our kind. If anything, we're more of a nuisance.
This is the court of miracles.
Yeah, it seems that maybe you should seize the means of production. Slaughter the above-landers. Take what they have for your own.
I'm
He looks
uncomfortable with
baffled.
this.
He looks baffled at you, and he says, "The means of production are all around us. Where are we if not in the great machine of production?"
Exactly.
Why
I think we should drop
starve
it.
for oil while the above-landers feast and their goblets overflow? Slit their throats, drink their oil.
I don't.
He's
Take them
just
apart
like
piece by piece and fix your leg, old man.
squints at you, a baffled slit. Why would cutting their throat do anything? I don't fully understand.
It would do nothing. She's obviously crazy.
He bows his head for a second, and then he looks up, and something in his demeanor has changed. And he
He is a
says,
communist now.
You speak of rebellion.
Yes.
It is true. For long, my heart has burned to this objective. To see the great wheel turned once again, and the houses of Vixatrix and Arabesque turned into the depths, and some other entity rise up. Well,
Looks to the kids. Yeah.
yeah, long
Some other entity.
long have I wanted such, but well, those who are above got there not without some fair measure of effort.
We
What-
heard the same thing. So basically, there was this old dwarf that made us relive our past memories, and we found out that we were actually freedom fighters, and we lived in this town of solitude where we were or servitude, sorry. And we were all servants, broke servants, and then we basically died retaking the castle keep. And I'm just saying, having relived that life, wouldn't we be giant hypocrites, Sarek, if we didn't encourage them to do the same?
I don't know. You killed the me from then.
I didn't kill the you from then.
You
We
did.
did kill that one.
No,
bitch in
you
the
killed
back,
the
though.
you killed the me from then.
It was you. It was you.
You didn't kill anyone who
You
didn't deserve
did.
it.
For all of your talk, you did murder those people.
Yes, and I'm saying they should do the same. You slit a woman's throat in her bath, Sarek.
Well, she was awful. Admittedly, awful.
Look, it would be fine.
What do you
He-
mean?
He holds up a hand. He says, "Force of arms will be insufficient, for we have insufficient force of arms to take down the house of Arabesque. But it may be that in your investigation up the trough and into the oil, it may be that you find information that would be valuable. It may be that if you venture into the depths of House Kalaka, the information that you find down there will also be valuable. Your power here in this realm is not solely through force of arms, nor through strength of will, but also through the machinery that put you there. There are other ways to affect change in Tixoxtix. We are all bound to the great machine, and a small change can set the wheels in motion." And you get the sense that he is speaking in a weird, like, double sense of metaphor and also literal. Like, he's saying a thing that has the ring of either prophecy or like religious quotation.
Love it.
We gotta turn that wheel.
The annals of the Legion are full of protecting oil pipelines. This will be fine. By word or by sword, it'll be done.
Amazing. So obviously in this realm, oil is water and water is oil, because water can be turned into steam, which is the power source that like generates power for the machinery that, yeah, totally. And they probably have to extract water by some like destructive process. Yeah. Love it.
Okay.
By word or by sword. So we'll get what's it called? Foundry? But what's it called? The town? Fulcrum.
The fulcrum.
We'll get the fulcrum of Fulcrum's oil flowing again.
Are you?
There we go.
Look, can I pull the team aside for a minute? And be like, are you sure we should be doing this? It seems like there's an ecosystem here, and we have come to upset it tremendously. And I'm worried that by making any changes here, we will change outside, thus making our return a little bit worse.
This is literally the closest we've ever come to staying on track.
But
We're
is this
going.
the correct track? Have we latched ourselves to the correct train?
Well,
We
clearly-
never asked that question before we've done anything else ever.
Yeah.
Right, but
Why are we asking?
And Kara's making a good point, and also clearly as outsiders, we know the best way to help these locals with all of their problems.
well, maybe
Nothing
you feel that
bad
way.
has ever come from foreign influence in internal politics, like ever.
Yeah.
Maybe you, notorious nationalist Aya, feel that way, but I certainly do not. Your expansive policies and capitalist sentiment does not fly with the people of my dear.
What do you mean? What does this have to do with why are you bringing that up? Is this hitting close to home for you?
It's yes, awfully close to home. They're accusing
Why?
the monarchy of betrayal.
Oh my god.
What do you want to do? What do you want to do besides this very obvious thing that we should do? What is it that you would like to do, Sarek?
What I would like to do is just pause, take stock of where we are, and maybe upon further inspection, we can certainly go look and see how the oil flows here. But to make changes willy-nilly just because of some old codgerbot and his little botlings makes no sense. We don't know them. Everyone we've met here has betrayed everyone else we've met here.
We just had a whole snack here. Like, we've had a break. It's time to go. It's time to go. I have the periapta piece, and I declare that we're doing this. I'm going. Who's coming with me?
I'll come.
Kairos, don't split the party.
I'm already
again.
going.
There's your moment
I'm already going.
of puzzledness.
And my javelin of lightning.
I don't think any of you actually took the time to think about this. That's fine.
I definitely did.
I look at the kids, and that's my reason.
The
I'm gonna help
kids
them.
are your reason?
I've already befriended them. I want to help them. I know where my priorities lie.
Children are
Canonically,
plagued.
the rest of this conversation is happening on the road.
Thank
Like
you.
as you're walking.
Why am I walking and following you? This makes no
like, it's
sense.
the scene of like we're all like it's all like backlit, so we're just silhouettes going in front of these great cogs, and like Sarek's in the back just exclaiming like, "Why are we doing this?" Like,
I can't even believe I'm
As we're
still
walking through.
following you while we're going, arguing this point. It doesn't seem to make any sense, but here I am, walking behind the three of you, yelling.
Come on, Sarek. Would it make you feel better to walk in front?
No! Then I have to turn around and yell at you.
Okay. Well,
Or you could just stop yelling.
I will never stop!
It's at that point that like there's a huge clump of like sticky tar crud with tiny gears and cogs in it that as Sarek shouts, "I will never stop," the gear next to him just like shakes from the power of his voice, and this clump just goes
Cool.
Sarek, you can tell that this material would be highly flammable.
So cool. He like starts to like just get it off of his face and hair and just starts flinging it about the room. And
Right.
then he takes one clump. Who isn't directly in front of me?
Typical order would be you first, but you're in the back, so it would probably be I.
Isn't it usually Ekes? And Kara, Kairos, Aya, Sarek?
Great. So I take a chunk and just chuck it at Aya.
I incinerates it with hellish rebuke.
I was gonna say I incinerate Tark.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna entropic ward it
Uh-huh.
and just like it like bounces against it, falls off, and I laugh.
Nice.
Casting dissonant whispers.
I make a note. You have advantage on your next attack against Sarek.
Get out of my head, Charles!
You just hear me laughing, but only you hear it psychically.
That wouldn't be the first time I've heard your laughter in my head. Every night. One of these days, I'm just going to kick all of you off a
What are
cliff.
you gonna do?
Nothing. I'm going to do nothing.
Why are you so pressed? Come here. Stop being toxically masculine. What is wrong with you?
This is one of the few times I get to be toxically masculine.
No.
why do you want to be?
Did you kill your
Because-
queen?
Sarek,
Did you
Listen
betray
to
your throne?
how much fun I'm having.
Did you betray your throne?
I would never betray my throne. Ever.
Is he lying?
I don't know. Are you lying? When you said you blocked my oil, when really it probably hit you and you looked super gross?
Steven, do I get the impression that he's lying?
I don't actually know.
Here's a
Yeah,
Wait
let's
a
see.
second.
Let's roll for this. I'd love to. What are we rolling? What are we rolling? What are we rolling? Yeah, am I lying?
All right, Sarek.
what are you
Sarek.
apprehensive about?
Sarek, try doing something for me. Just like /GM roll 1d20.
GM roll 1d. Whoa, what the hell? GM roll 1d20 took me off the webpage.
Did you type it in the URL?
1d20. Look, I don't know what happened. A 20 is what happens.
Oh, nice. Awesome. Yeah, okay. All right. So
Okay,
let's see.
I think
So
you
when
were
GM
supposed to not
you weren't
say
supposed-
anything.
Yeah, because it's
No,
a
no, no,
GM roll. It's
this-
supposed to be hidden.
This was just me testing whether this would work. All right. So, sorry.
amazing.
I want you to
I want to play poker with you. Please let me play poker with you.
I don't know what any of this does.
Okay, sorry. Here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna type /GM roll 1d20 plus a modifier.
What the /GM roll 1d20 plus what?
Well, that's what you're gonna tell me. You're going to write to me whether you're gonna choose the modifier for either your deception or your persuasion skill. And you're gonna add that modifier, and then you're gonna write the word deception or persuasion.
What the balls? Why are you making me do this?
Yeah, there's also
I have no idea what I'm doing.
you can also customize your 5e sheet to do that for you. You just hit the gear button, and there's a setting that you just say whisper toggle. That makes it easy.
Oh, whisper toggle.
But do it your way.
But it's my deception plus
Well, Sarek, it's either your deception or persuasion.
Only you can answer that question.
Only you.
Well, I mean, I got a 20 before. I'm so confused. All right. Don't know what any of this stuff means. Don't know why I'm doing this. I'm
Now-
just doing it. And then I need to add text.
Yeah, and then just type either perception or deception. Persuasion or deception.
Okay.
I have a completely opposite. I have a
So
unrelated theological question, Stephen.
Yes.
When you have a moment,
Yeah, go for it.
Saloon's power, or we've been told by Velsirathoth at some point that Saloon's power is that it regulates part of the sun. So being chosen of Saloon, does that give us some sort of power over this Robo Sun, whatever it's called? And like regulating that and like controlling other realms than that aren't just Saloons?
Oh.
Is that something?
Oh, I get why you were giving me crap, Eric. You can't see my rolls, but I said it like
No.
you could.
Yeah,
Because
the
I can
GM
see my
rolls go
rolls.
to the GM only.
Oh. I mean, I rolled a 1. Whoops. Oh boy. Oh. Yeah, I had no clue what was happening. And then I was like, oh wait. I get it now. I
Yeah.
am bad at poker. Oof. That's terrible.
All right,
That sucks.
Kairos. I think so. Kairos, do you have religion as
Absolutely.
as a skill? Yeah, roll a religion check for me.
Sorry.
Bless you.
Salute.
Thank you.
So I think your understanding of religion,
Too small brain. Understood.
well, it's a modest brain. You've got a modest brain religious understanding.
Modestly crenulated.
Yeah, it's a genuine forehead. I think you genuinely conceptualize of religion as isolated to the plane that it originates from. Like you're experienced enough, knowledgeable enough, like well-read, well-traveled enough by now to recognize that other planes exist, which not everybody does genuinely, but also to recognize that like when you go to another plane, you can sometimes find like mirrors or reflections or echoes of religions that exist in the prime material, but you don't see exactly the same thing. There's no like overarching prophecy or religion that spans the multiverse. And so I think if Kairos were to adopt a religious like self-reflection in terms of his role as agent of Saloon and therefore like protector of the sun in some small way, I think it would be very much a God helps those who helps themselves kind of thing. Like, sure, you totally can influence the sun here in this realm by acting strongly in accordance with your beliefs, values, and like attributes as a half orc.
Understood.
But also you're kind of thinking like this engine at the heart of this world, it's not really the sun in the way that the sun is the sun in your world. And it's probably not necessarily, extraplanarily connected in any concrete way, such that effects you do on the machinery here will have, rolling repercussions into other, realms. Yeah. That's what you get.
So
Okay,
what were my roles, Steven? What did I do?
I was planning on moving on.
You son of a...
Aya, roll insight for me, please. You're muted.
Oh, I'm just being quiet.
Ah.
This is not my strong suit.
When Sarek says that he would never act against his monarch, you take him at face value.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
I'm very hard to read.
It's true.
I'm just, it seems like you have gotten attached to this situation somehow. And maybe I think I interpreted it in the opposite direction.
That must be the problem.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't worry. I'm here to help.
All right, man. Okay. I
Yeah.
slapped back. It's fine.
So
we won't kill any monarchs if that's territory you don't want to tread on.
if that's crossing a line for you.
No, please.
We're all kings must die squad. Like I thought.
No, don't. Of course I'm fine with killing a king. That's the whole point of what we're doing, I think.
Yeah, AKMD. I thought we were going to get it tattooed on our chests and stuff,
I mean,
but...
I'm not one for body modification. I feel like I'm perfect as is. But I think, fine with however this ends. Don't stress out. Don't worry, Aya.
Okay. Oh, well. All right. I just want to make sure you were good.
Oh, we're very good.
Okay. I continue walking along behind the others.
Close pan on eyes. Shifty. We're very good.
While Aya and Sarek are having a moment discussing their various ethical compasses, Aya and Kairos. Wait, Ankara and Kairos. There we go. The two of you leading the party have reached sort of like the intersection point where the trough that was once upon a time bringing the oil past the fulcrum passes like beyond the edge of the of the gear and it continues descending down into the depths. It seems as though the obvious path up to the source of wherever this oil was flowing from is to sort of hop into the trough and then try to climb your way up. Now, this is like a 35-degree angle, fairly steep. There's a weird thing where when you describe angles, like just casually around a table, you're like, oh yeah, 45-degree angle, it's like halfway to 90, it's pretty steep, like whatever. When you see a road that's like 18 degrees in real life, It looks like the steepest thing you've ever seen in your life. Ridiculous.
I live in Seattle. I understand.
Yeah. It's like, 18-degree gradient. Like, be ready with your brakes. Don't, like, blah, blah, blah. So this is like a 35-degree trough that is
spiky.
Like half pipe that's has at one point in time carried oil past this. It's quite steep. How do the two of you want to approach this challenge as the other duo are continuing to argue in the path in the back?
So what we know about this trough thing, this thing goes up, and we know that it's ostensibly the blockage would be up there. So
did we consider like stopping and talking to that dude or arrest at all? Because if not, I'm out of wild shapes. But if we rested, I should have them back.
We short rested last session. We started last session with a short rest.
Yeah, we did get a short rest.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's also very easy to just say like, yeah, we took a short rest at the guy's house. Like, totally cool.
Cool.
Well, first thought is something to do with my ring, and us all just riding up something. That seems like the easiest way rather than just hiking, and effectively making one of those elevated trains that are still in like Pennsylvania, and that's like the only place they live. You know what I'm talking about?
I know exactly what you're talking
the
about.
Sideways,
Yes.
like the diagonal train that goes up.
Yeah.
Thing. You're okay. I feel like you're.
They have
have
one of
those
those. They have
in
one of those in
LA.
LA.
Oh, they do?
I think
Oh,
so,
nice.
downtown, but
Okay.
it's like a
Like,
little tiny like.
You're talking about a funicular.
Yeah. The things that go up they're like a train that goes up an angle. So like if I could get a piece of something that's like, and remember we can use the telekinesis ring. So if I can just get a piece of something that can fit us all, it'd just be like vernacular, and we just go up.
What do we need to? What do
Like
we
an
need to
elevator.
find?
Any scrap of metal that can support all four of us. So it has to be pretty hefty to carry Sarek's ego.
I'm going to choose to ignore that.
Yeah. I mean, let's try that.
Could we? Yeah.
Steven-
Is it possible to rummage around or scavenge for something like that?
I don't.
Give me some sort of gather information roll.
I'll let Ankara do this because Ankara has a bigger brain than me.
What should I roll for then?
Let me look. So you're trying to like
Steven.
find a chunk of scrap metal that you can use that'll send
that
you
effectively will be exactly the vehicle for us.
Then
Then I just have to use my concentration power and we just go up.
and Kara, I think you're gonna want to roll investigation.
You know, I could help, but after the insult, I've chosen not to.
You're still fighting. Cool. Yeah. So as you glance around, Ankara, it's very clear that any piece of metal that is immediately at hand that would serve this purpose is already being used as like, oh, here's like the metal part of a wall of a shanty building or whatever, or like, oh, here's like the lid that they use to like seal the well in the center of town or whatever. But I think as you look around and like scan, you recognize that there's no immediately usable thing. But as Ulix, the jester, comes running past, like, you know, playing a game of hide and seek, you realize that he would probably be able to tell you where you could get one. And all of the like scrap metal that you see nearby probably came from somewhere.
Okay. Also, I mean, if three of you fit on my back as a bear, I could just turn into a bear and we could do that. I could be the thing that everyone sits on.
That sounds better.
All right. I immediately I do that like spinny thing and turn into a bear.
Ulix turns to you and says, "You want something?" And then you do a spinny thing and turn into a bear. And he goes,
Must have been the wind.
"Cool." And then he goes running off. Yeah,
I like try to climb onto the thing, and it's probably a little slippery, so I'm being
it is
very careful,
incredibly
like, tiptoeing
amusing.
like a little bear, like a giant bear, trying to be graceful, and then I just sort of like flop down, and
there
I'm
is
there,
very
and I'm
much
like, all right.
Yes, absolutely. You can try to move a huge or smaller creature. Make an ability check with your spellcasting ability contested by the creature's strength check. If you win the contest, you move the creature 30 feet in any direction, including upwards, but not beyond the range of the spell. Cool. Yeah, okay. So I think that the way that I'm going to rule this, just for like future shenaniganery, because I know that there's going to be shenaniganery, is that Ankara, you can choose to fail your strength check so that you're just like gripped by the telekinesis, but that means that you're effectively like an immobile moving platform. Like you can't attack or cast spells or anything. Like attacks against you would gain advantage because you're like bound up in this telekinesis, like whatever. It's not uncomfortable, other than like it feels like you're sort of suspended in like a thick gel that's like pressing on like your limbs and everything. You can breathe completely easily and whatever, but like you feel that sense of like your entire body just being like kids at home, have you ever done that thing where you like take like one foam mattress and another foam mattress and like squeeze a person between them?
Yes.
What? I was like fully with you until that last
I'm so glad
sentence.
that I'm not the only
And
weirdo.
then you squeeze
Franz.
a person in them?
Wait,
Yeah,
what?
like-
Two foam mattresses and then
Person sandwich.
Yeah, you make a person sandwich out of some mattresses. Like that's what it feels like. Yeah.
like when you roll someone up in one?
Sure.
No, that's like a mattress burrito.
That's
We're
what
talking
we
a
used to
mattress
call it,
sandwich.
but I don't think
We're more in
like,
mattress sandwich territory.
And we're
than
not talking
mattress
like when you
burrito.
fold it up like this, because that's a mattress hot dog,
Yeah.
which might be a sandwich in some cases, but we're referring to a mattress, meat,
Okay.
mattress,
Well,
sandwich.
that's fine. That sounds good to me. I trust everyone to protect me. I trust my group.
Yeah. Okay.
Just be a little meat.
Yeah.
shield.
In a telekinesis
So.
sandwich. All right, awesome. Then Kairos, so Ankara like lumbering bears her way into this tunnel tube thing and immediately just begins like sliding down. We just see like a spread eagle bear, just like a shock look on her face, tiny cape around her neck, branch antlers on her forehead, just going "Rawr," as she slides down the tube. Kairos, you what does it look like when you activate your telekinesis ring?
Well, I can't use it on her, so I have to use
you
it
can.
on. Can I target
Wait,
people?
what? Isn't that the
My bro.
whole point of doing this?
I was
No.
just reading the you can try to move a huge or smaller creature portion of telekinesis.
But the ring of telekinesis explicitly calls out that it cannot be target objects worn or carried or people.
What?
So that's why this is why I have to use a different object, and then we ride the object rather than.
All right, hang on, wait a minute. I want to look
Oh,
at
Sorry.
then I don't want to be a bear.
that.
This is why I thought you were
Well,
going to be a bear,
decision.
because we were just going to do this instead.
No.
All
But
right,
you
so
can
I'm
target
completely
only.
off then, because this is what I thought the
Oh,
alternative. One was vernacular, we go up, right? The other one was I thought was just bear car, where we just climb our way
No,
up.
the idea is that I am the bear as the vernacular. My body is the thing that we go up and then.
Got it. Yeah, I
Oh,
cannot.
You know?
Out of context, this all sounds crazy.
Oh, I love
Gotta
the
wreck on
glasses.
the shit. I don't want to waste my wild shape to just turn to a bear who goes to look for a flat piece of metal. Okay.
I think I do agree with Kairos's interpretation of this. You see, the ring of telekinesis itself does say you can target only objects that aren't being worn or carried. Now, it is possible that one could interpret this as the only objects which you can target are objects which are not being worn or carried. But in fact, the telekinesis spell says that you gain the ability to move or manipulate creatures or objects by thought. So I agree with Kairos's interpretation. So as amusing as it would be to see the Bearkara sliding down a slope and then being grabbed in a telekinesis sandwich by Kairos, we will have to find another solution.
Like Gary
All right.
Gygax
So
is right here.
from me sliding
with us.
down, you suddenly see my bear body sliding back up, and everything goes in reverse until the moment I decided to turn into a bear. And we pause there, and I say, "Let's go look for a piece of metal."
And Ulix is right there in
Prince
front of
of
you and
Persia.
says,
Yeah.
Ulix is right there in front of you and says, "Do you need something?
Yeah.
What do you need?"
Yeah, we need a big piece of metal that we can use to ride on to go up. Can you help us
We get
find
it
a
all from the
piece
trash
of
heap.
slab? Trash
We get
heap?
it.
Great.
All from the trash heap.
Do the trash heap.
Careful though.
Why?
There's the lava claws on the trash
what?
heap.
Lava claws?
Lava claws.
What does that mean? What is that?
We've seen those before.
We've seen lava claws. They're the big like skeletal bears made out of metal that have like fire burning
I
from
just
inside.
forgot their names. Sorry, I was thinking
Yeah.
of them as like fire bears. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Well, and then he like grabs you by the hand and he just starts skipping along beside you while like pulling you in the direction over towards just another shaft that's attached to the side, but it's like the entire shaft is the gear and it's also like hooked on at an angle, so it's just like a long sort of slide that's like descending off the other side of the fulcrum. And he points down towards the bottom where you can see that this shaft sort of like let me think if I can describe this. You see a layer of gears that are all interlaced, and it looks as if there's some sort of like floor surface that's built out of gears that are they almost look like chainmail or scale mail, where like all the gears are so closely set and interlocked that they form like a broad and flat plane. But this long rod slides down and then like through and continues into the space below this floor of gears. And also like down on this floor of gears, there's just like a ton of detritus and like random broken off junk. And that like Ulix points down there and he says, "The trash heap." And as you're looking, like one of those pieces of junk lifts up and a fire enwreathed bear comes climbing out and like sniffs around, shoves a plate aside, and then like picks up another chunk of metal and just crunches into it. And on that like vista looking down into the depths below, I think we'll take our 5-minute break.
Okay, we'll be back in a hot sec with, I'm sure, whatever terrible things that Steven has for us to fight. Anyway, I can't wait. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah, because we may be able to avoid a fight if I can just get within 60 feet of the piece.
I was gonna say, can't you just like use your power ring and just like pull it up? I bet there's some kind of field or something.
Yeah.
Even that glasses thing that means not gonna be that easy, but we'll find out how you die when we come back.
This glasses thing means there are many ways to accomplish your goal.
Oh,
I definitely need a cup of coffee because this entire last 10 minutes, I've just been, ever since you guys cracked open the book, my brain has been like, telekinesis, how does it work? I don't know what's wrong. Like, and I just went full insane clown.
go get your coffee, Bronze.
Insane Clown Posse? ICP?
Fucking tell
You're
us
down with ICP?
how does it work?
Damn! You down with ICP? I knew
I
that
have
about
no
you,
Faygo
Bronze.
over
I knew
here.
that about you.
We
I
all
knew.
knew that Bronze was a juggalette.
I knew you were.
Listen, if I was a juggalette, I'd shut this shit down. I wore goth makeup one day and the internet exploded, okay? If I were to do clown makeup,
I would.
Have a fucker simping for me
I want to
left
play a
and right.
Juggalo bard
You
now.
fucking
It'd be
loser
over.
would give me thousands of dollars. I mean, if I were to just wear camo and my combat boots every morning and say it's fucking Wednesday, you filthy animals, and kick my phone and put it on TikTok, I would probably have tons. People, like, there's so few brown women in this alternative lifestyle. I'd shut that shit down. I'm telling you. Have it in a fucking chokehold, and you sick fucks would be into it because you like that.
I guess we should take our break now.
I don't hear anyone disagreeing. Though. We should take our break, but
I guess we
all
should
I heard
take-
is silence after that.
I guess
so.
we should take a break now.
Sounds like someone knows what she's talking about.
Shame nobody can reply.
No. I got nothing to say. I'm excited
Get
for
us out of here, Jesse.
Bronze's Juggalo content. Can't wait. Coming soon. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Sunfall Cycle. How's it going? We have returned.
You have a doctorate in fuckology?
I don't know what you're talking about. That wasn't. I would never lie about something like that.
I mean,
I would
good
never
look at that burger, you know.
I would never
Girl,
lie.
look at that burger.
Look at that burger. Yeah.
Oh,
Hi.
not the burger again. I went and bought a burger after that.
Yo, can we just be real? Hamburgers. Terrible
I
for the
forgot what
environment.
you were
Great
saying.
for my
Steve,
stomach.
what were you saying?
It's true.
What do you mean?
Y'all were talking about hamming it up on a commercial, and you were talking about burgers. I legit had burgers for lunch, like as soon as I left here.
Steven
Wow.
like made up a cheeseburger infused version of LMFAO's
Yeah.
song.
Girl, look at that burger.
wait.
Girl, look at that burger. Girl, look at that burger. I eat out.
Yeah.
No, but then you started.
I eat out. I eat out.
I eat out.
Yes.
Thank you for keeping that.
Girl, look
No
at
problem.
that.
Girl, look
Girl,
at that
look
burger.
at that burger.
I eat out. Acting.
It's like the ultimate I can't look away from this train wreck.
I don't want
had
to.
burgers
I
again
love
for lunch.
being a little uncomfortable.
I'm gonna have burgers again for lunch. I can't.
Bronze, can I ask you a question? You're
Yeah.
like what I would consider like a physically fit person.
What?
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. So when
All
you
right,
say
wait. Let's talk about Bronze's physical fitness qualifications. Okay, so like hiked. to the top
yeah,
of a
Bronze
mountain.
like has massive I can wear
Guns.
camo and not be ridiculous energy. So that's all that
True.
matters.
True.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, there are dudes who are like, I wore my camo today, but like it barely fits. All I'm saying is Bronze can pull off camo and there's no questions.
You
And
know
so
how
that's how you
some
know
people
someone's
were
fit.
like, they wear camo and you're like, oh, where are your legs? Couldn't do that to Bronze.
Yeah, no, Bronze would like, massive dressing
Immediately
camo step
sweep
on me
the
energy.
legs.
All I'm
Trip,
saying
yes.
is I don't want to get derailed.
This is going somewhere else.
I don't want to get derailed here. This is an important question. As I'm going to say the most fit out of everyone here. Trust me, the others are falling apart.
Steven's
Yeah.
in the gym again. I think me and Steven were in competition for a while there. Steven might be making a comeback for my crown, but
My
Coming for
question
you,
is,
Bronze.
when you say hamburgers plural, do you mean hamburgers plural? And second, how you getting them hamburgers?
okay. So
This
I
is very
do
important.
hamburgers plural. It really weirds everybody that like goes out to eat with me because my methodology, and Steven might relate to this a lot, is very much one of macros. So some people might think, how can you sit there and eat like a burger from a fast food joint, but then pass on the fries? And to me, it's like the fries are empty calories. I'd rather have 2 burgers. So I have very much like weird macro lifter brain, which is like, I will go out to eat at McDonald's, but I will not get a combo meal. I will get 3 quarter pounders and I will eat 3 quarter pounders, but I will not touch the soda and I will not touch the fries. Like, because
Oh.
that's where
That was my college. That's how I ate in college. Only I was poor.
This
I didn't
is-
realize I was just
this-
macroing for lifts.
those are empty calories.
That's
like
awesome.
Garbage. Like I'll eat. Yeah. So I kind of go for. So it weirds people
Yeah.
out that I make healthy choices, but I'm not an all or nothing person. I believe in making kind of like choosing what's good for you. So I don't eat
There's
fries,
there's
but I will
better.
eat like 4 burgers.
Yeah, and like burgers are just better. Like if you have the choice between another burger or fries, why wouldn't you take another burger? Like,
Yeah,
there's
yeah. And I
This
had
is
this argument with my
outrageous.
cat, which is like,
I'm
why
so
don't you eat plastic?
embarrassed.
This
No.
is
We're
disgusting.
just sitting here like,
I
yeah,
went
when
to
I go to
Taco
McDonald's,
Bell,
I
like,
order
2 nights
5
ago,
orders
and I
of
was like,
fries.
give me 5 crunchy Supreme tacos and a large Coca-Cola. I want to eat all of
This is you know what?
I can
Bullshit
cook,
is what it
but I
is.
didn't.
It's bullshit. I'm going to take
Brit.
it up. You know what? I'm going to become religious so I can yell at God about this. All I'm saying is I've never in my life been like, give me 5 Crunchy Wrap Supremes. I've never in my life been like, I need 3 burgers. I'm the fattest MFer here. It's unfair.
Well, that's only
It's
that's only because it's the only thing
unfair.
I can eat at Taco Bell.
You know what? Not it,
Like that and the Doritos Locos Tacos are the 2 gluten-free items on the menu somehow.
Actually, I want to change up everything I just said. Ignore my previous comments because I'm derailing us really quick. When you're here, Bronze, when the 2 of you want to go out with me again, we need to head to downtown LA. There's a place called the Dankness Dojo. It is a pub that, has like a lot of amazing beers, but all the food there is vegan. Not vegan, it's vegetarian. However, you would not know because one of their dishes it was a spicy wrap. And I was like, what the hell is a spicy wrap? Literally, it was a Crunch Wrap Supreme, but it was a vegetarian one. But the meat tasted just like Taco Bell meat. It was brilliant. And I just want to point out, best thing I've ever had. I'm going to say all of 2021. It was so good.
I want to eat that.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Now you mentioned Crunch Wraps. I'm like, let me tell you about a Crunch Wrap I ate. Yeah.
Yeah. I try to explain to people that calories are just calories and losing weight is just simple math, like calories in versus.
I failed math.
Out.
That's the problem.
A lot of people have this misconception of you have to start thinking of food in terms of calorie dense food and calorie things that will actually fill you up. So the fries in a meal usually are just as much or not more calories than the burger. And they're not going to fill you up as much as eating 2 burgers. So
yeah, but how do I get all the sodium into my meal then, Bron?
Yeah.
Touche.
How do I get the salt?
This sucks. This is
My favorite thing about working out is that it makes me hungry.
yeah.
And then I just get to smash large meals.
Yeah,
And I'm just
getting more
this
calories.
is my favorite.
Yeah, that's the only reason I work out. I love doing HIIT workouts, and I look and I'm like, oh, I burned 800 calories. That means I can have 2 quarter pounders for dinner. Yeah.
Oh my God, I really got to get my shit together. I take the dog on a 30-minute slow walk. And I'm eating a whole pizza. I earned it.
That's me.
I'm such a piece
Also
of
me.
shit, man. Oh no, I gotta start doing something.
Food is
Also,
so good.
chat, there is no moral value assigned to eating food one way or another, and you should definitely do whatever makes you feel comfortable, and you should feel great about your body.
That's a beautiful
That's why
sentiment.
I eat Taco Bell and I'll make a smoothie in the morning, and then I'll buy a bag of blow pops because I like the gum inside.
That is
do whatever you want.
what a beautiful sentiment. I hate
Food's
it.
great.
I hate it. Over here, well, obviously today it's a salad day. I hate it. Yeah.
What do you mean? Why?
Nothing. It's just you.
Everyone in my family.
Beautiful
has
people
different
with your beautiful lives.
dietary stuff too. My mom lost basically 3/4 of her body weight because she had gallbladder issues.
Ooh.
And she hated her discs. So
Oof.
she lost literally. So that was the most inspiring thing ever. She's vegetarian. My brother's vegan. My dad is will eat whatever he wants, but is very physically fit. He exercises every day. So, and they all did this after the age of 40, except for my brother, he's young, but they all got fit later in life. So I realized in my 20s that I had kind of thought I had resigned to cause everyone tells you oh, you're getting older and in your family, people just with the women
In your
just get
20s,
fat
people told you
after-
that?
Yes, oh, everybody says that's the dialogue, right? People say your metabolism slows down after 22.
Oh yeah.
You're just gonna get fat. You're just gonna get old. But meanwhile, my dad has freaking 6-pack and walks 12 miles a day, and I was like, well, something's not calculating here because he didn't get fit until he was 50. So it really, I don't know, it inspired me over the past 2 years to be fuck it, my body hasn't given up on me yet. Because everybody acts oh,
No, everybody's
you're
oh,
your
there's
late
one way for
20s.
everyone to do it. Yeah, you gotta do this and that. Fuck you. Fuck society. I had my eating disorder. I'm fucking sick of it. I'm gonna eat what I fucking want to.
Yes.
And if I feel
Yes.
good, that's all that matters. And everyone
Yes.
can go fuck themselves
Yes.
beyond that.
And you don't
On the other hand,
an Olympic level athlete in something. You can take up boxing in your 30s. You can take up ballet in
Do
your
whatever
30s.
you want.
my body has tried to give up on me because I have injured myself in the gym and it sucks.
Yes.
Yeah, no, it does. But that's not something exclusive
Especially your
to
back.
older people. That happens to people
Yes.
at 18. You can
Yes.
fuck up your back on a good morning. You can fuck up your SI joint on a deadlift. Like
Yep.
this idea that you're indestructible when you're 19, but past the age of 25, your bones are dust is completely inaccurate. And you're doing yourself a disservice. And I think people hear these stories of like, oh, well, so-and-so has been playing tennis since she was 13 and you're too old to like get into tennis at 27. You're not going to be a fucking Olympian. Go play tennis. Have fun with it, you know? Enjoy your fucking body while you have it. Eat what makes you feel good. Do physical activity that makes you feel good. And going outside and getting fresh air, as much as people joke about touching grass, like it's a very good like stabilizer, like a good context.
Lean on a rainbow.
Yeah, just lean on
Lean
the
on
rainbow.
a rainbow.
At least
Yeah,
try to
why
have
not?
like a window open for fresh air. Like you're probably like low-key having carbon dioxide poisoning.
I just
Like,
wanna-
like you're probably wondering why you're so tired all the time. It's probably because you're just inhaling a certain percentage of CO2 more.
I know
Like,
this
just
isn't
literally
about.
just a little bit of sun, a little bit of fresh air.
I know this isn't about health stuff, but
It's brutal.
yesterday I learned something that we were talking about Alexandre Dumas and about, I don't know, I think we were talking about Man in the Iron Mask for some reason, but all I know is that Three Musketeers, Man in the Iron Mask, Count of Monte Cristo, all those were written in like 1840 something. And this dude was born in 1802, which means he didn't start writing his bangers till he was in his 40s. And dude was like, don't worry, I got 3 back-to-back killer books. That's all I'm saying.
Fucking trip aces.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So when I learned that, I was like, we back on this. It's like when you learn, like, that person that you love. I mean, even movie stars, people
last
that
week
are.
I told you all the Rocky stories. Stallone did not get his first major role until his 30s, and it was for a script that he wrote. He still had not been cast in anything at that age.
Yep. Yeah, you just got to realize that, like, everyone has their own pace. Don't stress because, like, Johnny, I made $1 million on Wall Street Bets is, like, bragging about his life. Trust me, that dude had $2 million when he invested. Don't let those people fool you. Don't let those people trick you about their great lives. The internet's a lie. Have fun.
Same, yeah.
Lean on a
what
rainbow.
Bronze was saying is exactly true for hobbies as well, where it's like, oh, I can't get started in this thing because I'm gonna be terrible, and like all of a sudden, like that means you can't do it. Like, who cares? Like you want to do it, right? But the problem is you're always surrounded by people who are better than you on the internet.
I read
so it
a,
makes you feel like a failure.
I read someone talking to their, like mom or dad. This is, an apocryphal anecdote. Someone debating whether or not they should go to med school. And they were like, I'm 28. It means I'm going to be 36 by the time I'm done with med school. And the response to this person is, in 8 years, you're going to be 36 anyway.
Yeah. It doesn't
So,
really
like,
matter.
you might as well go
Get
spend that time doing something that you care about. And if med school is that, then go do it.
And I think social media has like warped people's point of view that you have to monetize or gain social capital on every single thing you do. Like if you're painting miniatures, clearly your miniatures have to be Instagram worthy. If you're painting or drawing or knitting, like clearly it needs to be something that you can monetize in some way, or that people want to buy, or that's going to generate clicks on Instagram or on Twitter. And the reality is like, no, it's your hobby. It's yours. Not everything you do needs to be postable. Like you should be able to dance and be horrible at it and not feel the need to upload a clip to TikTok to get thousands of likes, because we've been dancing and being horrible at things for centuries before the advent of social media. And it's okay to suck at things, and especially suck at things in private. Like if you want to post it, sure. But like, I feel like people naturally fall into this trap of like, is this good enough to post, or is this going to get as many likes as my other friend who does this? And the reality is it doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't fucking matter. Because a lot of times the things that get clicks aren't even the things that are the greatest at it, right? It's just people that have marketed themselves really well. Like no diss to Valkyrie, because she's obviously worked very hard for her platform. But when she came into this and Reflect got all that fucking, it wasn't because she had the most science behind her skincare product. It wasn't because she found a lack in something. No, it's just because she's a famous person marketing a famous thing. So your thing can be amazing and still not get clicks. So assigning value to it based off of that is doing yourself a disservice. Maybe you do have a great history podcast, But if someone else is more famous than you, their history podcast is going to get more likes, even if it's dog shit. So you can't assign value to things in terms of clicks.
I'm just going to give you all the best inspiration you've ever seen. I realized just now, having actually Googled my boy, Mr. Dumas, that guy is, he and I, we share a kinship. Just all I'm saying is, look at these photos. I'm going to switch screens. Look at this photo. This is him. Photo 1, my man, my big boy, just out here living his life. I'm so happy for this, like this exists. This photo is, look at him. Photo number 2, bam, look at this, like happy boy.
Great eyebrows.
Yes, look at the snark
Holy
on this
shit.
dude. And then this one, this is leaning on rainbow, y'all. Leaning on rainbow. I love his little belly. Let me just tell you all of the things about this man.
I do
I
like his.
love.
He has a good tummy, and I like his hair.
Yeah, I love everything about this dude. He's just like, yeah, I did that. I did those things that you love. All I'm saying.
I just feel like we need to get you one of those shirts.
Not only would I proudly wear it, but it would soon take over my entire wardrobe because I already have very little. My closet is empty space. It's very nice.
So you're just gonna walk around every day in like this high collar?
Yeah.
With the vest.
He needs his closets open for all the skeletons that he keeps.
Oh.
So many skeletons in that closet. Lots of murders. Murders? A lot of people I've killed. I keep their skeletons in a closet.
Those
You know,
Bluebeard's
Yeah, you
bride
definitely
situation.
sound like a murderer.
You know what? I've always said I was.
I have done a murder or two in my time. I keep the side effects of those in my closet. You mean
Now
the
that sounded like a
Yeah.
murderer. I keep the
Yeah.
side effects of those murders in my closet. Now
Yeah,
that sounds like a killer.
I keep the refuse.
I'd like to store the happy little accidents I've created in my
Whomst
closet.
among us hasn't done a little murder in their time?
I mean, do bugs count? I've killed a few bugs.
Oh my god.
I'm definitely like the I Am Legend of bugs. They're telling stories to their children's children about that guy who stomps.
Not if you killed them. You monster.
Someone else probably, look. There was one time this spider like landed on me. I was like, come on, fella. And I took his ass outside, put him out there. 20 minutes later, back inside. I'm like, my dude, I'm trying to help you. He's like, no, I want to come inside your house and die. And I'm like, why?
Certain
Why?
death.
So then I helped
So
him
his
along.
family could get the insurance money. Jesse, he can't commit
Oh,
suicide.
damn.
This is the closest way.
Do you think it's like one of those plots where he got talked into
I really
it?
hope. I really hope bugs don't have insurance.
Oh my god, Eric, you
Bug
and I
insurance?
was like,
Oh
it
my
makes me
God.
really sad to think about bugs having to have life insurance for their bug families.
And I don't know, if there was a bug to have insurance though, it would definitely be ants. There's like definitely an insurance policy, a counter in the ant kingdom.
Oh yeah, the queen is insured like the way that J-Lo's ass is insured. Like
Yeah. Well, it's just like, well, you know,
Layla's ass insured?
of
wasn't
course.
that a thing that she got her ass insured for like $7 million?
Yeah,
Yeah.
what's if Tina Turner got her legs insured way back when?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And by the way, that was a good call. Because those were priceless. With a golden
I want to be this level of wealthy and influential that it makes news, and it's like that bronze girl gets her eyebrows insured, for
Here's the
$7
thing.
million.
If it was your brand,
It is, right?
then you should, in theory, get them insured. If you're on a set and something like your eyebrows get burnt off,
Ah, my eyebrows.
And you can never work
Yeah.
again in this town.
that's it. Then you're done. People will be like, "Oh,
would
that
you
was
look
the
at me?
eyebrow person."
My eyebrows. Ah.
Yeah. Well, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's a good thing that your camo pants and combat boots are still intact.
Yeah.
I'm so mad because that's what I wore to Disney, and I went to go pick up my brother because I've recently rekindled a relationship with my family, and my mom came out with 2 cups of jaw for like me and Vicken. She made homemade jaw for all of us because
Aw.
That's very cute.
Oh,
go cups. And the first thing she says, I love the way you walk with your little pants. You look like you're gonna whoop somebody's ass. And I was like,
I feel like your mom and I
Mom,
would get along really well.
Yeah,
Lewd.
your camo pants and your little walk, like you walk around like you're just ready to whoop somebody's ass. And I was like, okay.
I know exactly what she means. Like, it's a very nice, it's a you do sometimes when you walk around. You just, not in a bad way, like in a cute way. You look like you're ready to whoop someone's ass. Like, your mom's not wrong. Like, I feel like she and I have the same perspective here. We're both very proud and we love it.
Yeah, you do.
We love the vibes. That's the energy.
That's the energy, all right.
God, Jesse.
Let me have
What do
this.
you think, guys?
Let me
Should we
have,
roll
let me have
dice?
Play the
We
game.
have 14 more minutes. Should we do something in the game?
We can roll some dice, see some stuff. I don't know.
Love it.
Let's go. We're oh yeah, Eric, get the fucking metal piece at least before we go. Just like let us get back to the thing.
And so I do it with no rolls needed.
Yeah.
Now, if I'm being honest to the fiction, I'm afraid there is a present danger, which is at the bottom of this long shaft is at least one, and perhaps I think the implication is more than one lava claw, the melty bears. Are you just gonna like shimmy your way down this like slope, sort of one hand behind you, sort of half scooch, or are you just like charging down like lightning spear at the ready?
Oh, okay.
You've got a ways to go to get towards where
I
you
had-
can reach.
Oh, okay. Because in my head, I had like elephant graveyard, like in my head, kind of like looking around of scrap and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. If I have to
But
get close enough, then yeah, I'm
you're way high up, looking way down along this path that you could descend into the elephant graveyard.
Right. So okay. So in my head, I kind of pictured it going like from some higher vantage point with sort of this sea of rusted metal and stuff on the ground of like using the ring to grab something. As I grab it, we see almost like a shark of like the heat bears. And as I'm lifting the thing up, one of them like grabs on top of like the telekinetic thing lifting, or it was like resting under it or something. And as it like emerges, it gets mad and like jumps and attacks us. So like, yeah, I would get as close as possible to start to trying to lift it. And yeah, I would risk danger.
Cool. All right.
More
Awesome.
magic than fighting.
Are you doing anything to obscure your presence, or are you just rocking up, grabbing a thing with your ring and trying to zip it out of there?
The latter.
Awesome.
I show no fear.
Yeah. So you find a suitable a piece of metal, and you begin. What does it look like when you use your telekinesis ring? We didn't establish that before because you couldn't use it on Ankara.
Yeah. I had to like do a punch kind of thing to my hands to activate it.
Yeah. So you punch your hands together, and your ring starts glowing. Or...
Yeah, and it reads my intentions, and it sort of has like a Green Lantern, only like Baja Blast colored effect.
Yeah. Baja Blast Lantern. Awesome. Yeah. The Baja Blast beam of energy Baja blasts forth and grabs onto a suitable hunk of metal. It's probably like 6 feet across and like 2 inches thick. It's quite heavy. I'm thinking like 500 pounds, but for your ring of telekinesis, this is totally doable, and there's plenty of space on there for the 4 of you together. You grab it up, but this lava claw comes like patrolling around a trash heap, looks up at you, and you see like the twin pinpricks of its burning eyes as it stares at you and locks eyes with you, and then it just opens its mouth to the heavens and goes, "Wah!" And then you see from like under an underhang somewhere like 2 more flame eyes pop on, and crawling out from a pile of rubble like another huge
emerging out of it. Like a boulet.
Exactly. As no sooner have you blinked than 2 things. 1, this sheet of metal is halfway to you, and 2, there's 6 lava claws that have come crawling out of the woodwork and are now looking in your direction. What do you do?
friends, protect me. I need to get this out of here. And yeah, I think we're gonna have to fight while I try to like maintain concentration and pull this thing out of the ground while my friends defend me.
Okay.
Oh yeah, no, that won't work.
If it doesn't probably requires concentration, doesn't it?
Let's see. It is a concentration spell, so makes sense to me.
Yeah.
What were you saying, Ankara?
I'm just sorry, I'm like brainstorming out loud how to like protect him.
Knock them back.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
Cool.
My initial thought was like a wall of fire, but they're fire bears, so probably.
Yeah. They're fine with it.
Yeah.
You could always like smoke cloud where I'm at so they can't just like shoot me with their fire breaths.
Oh, that's a good idea. I was also thinking about
Or some kind of wall would certainly be good.
thunder wave or like let's see. Oh. What if we could also just like cast pass without trace? They can't see you. But I guess, well, because if you're not going to be holding the metal, right?
Well, I don't know if they can see the Baja Blast if that's just a television effect.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But I mean,
okay.
Yeah.
Let's see.
It'd be good for running away. Yeah, you just got to keep them off me long enough for me to get this thing out of the rubble heap, and then the rest of us can just Scooby-Doo with this giant metal shoot rod over.
We're turning this into an action sequence instead of a D&D combat. You know, a pair of lava claws come charging up the ramp, just like eating up the distance between the two of you. Aya, what do you do?
Question: if they're charging,
no questions.
If they're charging up the ramp, can't we
Yes.
heat? Can't we like heat the ramp?
You saw the DM's arm.
Can't we heat the ramp, and then they like melt into it and slows them down?
It's a cool idea. I'd like to see it play out, but right now, Aya is acting.
So I'm gonna start blasting.
Nice. Yeah. Roll me some Eldritch Blasts. Nice. A pair of Eldritch Blasts goes rocketing over your shoulders, Kairos, slamming the first lava claw back into the second lava claw. The two of them careen into each other, and then you hear the shriek of their claws as they slide off the edge of this shaft and fall down into the detritus below. Thunk.
Nice.
You know, a third and fourth lava claw come charging up the ramp shortly behind them. And Kara, what do you do?
Let's thunder wave it
Dope. Cast it.
at level 2.
The second level Thunder Wave.
Just trying to see if I don't think I have
Each
it.
creature makes a
No, I
Constitution
don't.
saving throw. On a fail, it takes 3d8 and is pushed. On a successful save, it takes half and is not pushed.
Back to the pit.
Let's see. Yeah, the lava claws. Cool. Oh my god, that one's not. The lava claw is not in the monster manual. It's in the basic rules. Cool. Yep. Nice. So roll 1d20 plus 1. Oh, damn. Okay.
Oh,
so the
shit.
first one saves. The second one gets blasted off, but the first one comes like charging towards you, only taking roll 3d8 damage for me there, Britt.
Get out of here.
Holy shit. So
Wow.
your thunder blast just like erupts, and one of them just gets blasted off the ledge and also disintegrates in midair. The only one that stays like muscles through the wave of force that you're rocketing through the air, but like plates and bone and stuff just start like tearing away from it, and it's like lost half of its mass and it's like clawing towards you. It looks like literally an on fire skeleton made out of metal as it sort of shrieks in your direction. Sorry. What do you do?
I have insightful fighting already just because they're in combat, yes?
Yes.
I'll take a shot at the closest one.
Nice.
Call it a life. Shaboopy!
You hit.
Yeah.
You're Hadouken. Shaboobie.
And...
Slop and bop.
slap and bop. 21.
Slopping and bopping.
Woo. Your arrow goes ripping through the spinal column of this infernal claw, and it just like disintegrates, exploding all over the like it just like bleeds lava all over the shaft.
Is that good
Kairos.
or bad? Should we be worried about the explosions, or is it like cool visual effects?
It's cool visual explosions. You're like not looking at them, looking away, being cool. Kairos, there's one final lava claw that comes charging up the ramp towards you. What do you do?
All right. Well, I still got this piece of metal in the air, and concentrating on that, I think I'm just gonna try to stab it right in the heart.
Nice.
While I'm maintaining. There it is. Frozen spear. Give it to me.
14 hits. Okay. All right. 12 damage. Let's see how much health lava claws have. Okay. All right. 12 plus 11.
Yep.
It's like 23. Yeah. Okay, here's how I think this happens. You manage to like stab this thing in through one of its ribs and then like slam it down to the ground and like are grinding your frozen spear into it.
Yeah.
But
Also
it's
cold
not
damage.
quite dead yet. It's like pinned down and nearly incapacitated, but it snaps at you with one final reaction.
All right. Well, just roll poorly, which is something you yet to do this entire campaign. All right, there you go.
Its bite snaps against your shield, and there's like the jaws of this giant lava claw, like this bear creature, like grabbing on either side of your shield. You see like the huge, like hand length fangs, showing on either side of your shield.
The size of daggers or short swords, yeah.
Yeah, and I think we're back around to Aya.
So there's. Okay.
Take it down.
Okay, I'm gonna try to smack him again and roll higher than a 3 on my D10. Ah!
Your first one hits, but I think that's all you need. Roll damage.
Get
Yeah,
'em.
absolutely. Your Eldritch Blast skewers into like the levered open rib that Kairos has his spear thrust through, and it slams this thing right in the heart, and like all the fire just goes out. There's like a whoomp as all the fire inside of it goes out, and all of the metal components of this creature just fall apart. Just slide down the ramp.
Yeah.
Glorious.
Now we can steal the trash we need.
Yeah,
And that's it.
I don't know how these things work.
Most heroic raccoons this world's ever seen.
Are they like the I just watched Alien again, rewatched it for the 30th time. Are they like that? Like, are the insides milk? Like, what's is it oil? Or is it?
Oh no, so like these things are mostly like just clockwork automatons with the barest hint of like exterior structure. Like they're really almost hollow. And it's almost just like there was just like fire being generated within them somehow. That was also their animating force. So they were able to like scrabble around and shoot fire around and stuff like that. But actually, like you remember from your original encounter with these things and the slivered borers that the lava claws, for all of their bulk, not actually terribly threatening. They're pretty easy to take apart, as you have once again emphasized here. The four of you managed to make your way back up the shaft to the town of Fulcrum, to the trough, hop on this sheet metal that Kairos is Baja blasting around, and use it like a funicular, just sliding your way up. As you look down, leave the town behind, you see the twin children playing around in the center of town. Like, I think they've got like, okay, here's what it is. Amix, the ballerina, has a long like shaft of metal that she's wielding as if she has a sword. And Ulix is like crouched down on all fours going, roar, roar.
Oh, that's so cute. I thought they would like have a cog and be hitting it with a stick. Because that's what my village used to play was stick wheel.
Like stick hoop, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Totally.
And when I first moved there from America when I was like 9, I tried to play with them and they were much better than me at the stick.
At the old stick hoop.
Yeah. They always like have a bicycle wheel. And I think the goal was to like see how far we'd race down the mud path. It sounds really sad, but it's not. We'd race through the village because we didn't have any electricity, and we'd try to race with the hoops, but they always won. So a lot more practice.
But they always won.
They always won.
Always won.
And that is where we leave our heroes for today.
Oh, hero is a relative term.
And that is where
Main
we leave
characters.
our endearing trash goblins for today.
Yes, that's
Hearing
much better.
Trash goblins. Oh my gosh.
Okay, well, let's chat with everyone here. Britt, are you leaning on a rainbow?
I'm leaning on a rainbow. I mean, yeah, sure, of course, always. What am I doing? Oh, Sean and I are taking our first jujitsu class tomorrow. I'm very excited. And I'm signing up for my first semester of a program that starts in January. So I'm going to do that in the next couple days. I'm very nervous and excited. And we're taking like a kind of a no contact like week. So basically I'm just staying in my apartment and not looking at my phone as much as possible.
That's
And
cool.
what I'm
That's
doing.
cool.
Most
What
of
if
everyone has a nice
instead of doing that, you like came to my office and helped me plan like a real office job? Where you just like came in and I paid you for like a week's worth of Brit power and you just like
Oh my God,
turned my life
please.
around. You're just
Oh,
like,
yeah.
here's
Can
what you
I
need to
get
do
that
daily,
service
you
too?
big idiot.
Can I subscribe to that service as well? Can you help me come up with a daily routine?
Yeah, can you just like come destroy?
You know what? Honestly, I could probably help anyone come up with a great daily routine for themselves when I like cannot follow my own.
That's
I
what I'm
have
hoping.
Created
Hey,
many routines. I
you
have
guide
so many
others.
Good routines,
You-
guys. I
You
have
guide others to a
the
treasure
lists.
you cannot
You should
possess.
see the documents I write out, obsessively putting things together, logistically thinking about what's the most efficient way to live in the best way that's going to make me happiest. And I figure it out, and then I can't fucking stick to it.
Yeah,
but
no,
I can
that
make it
sucks. I'm
for
talking
you.
about like
The people
me.
have the soul stone, like you can never
Yeah.
have it for
Yeah.
I
yourself.
guide
Yeah,
others to
yeah.
a treasure I cannot possess. Yeah,
That's,
exactly.
yeah, I can do that for you.
Yeah, all right, look, this isn't even a joke. I need
I
like
know, that's how I am.
a mind to come in and just be like,
I will do
change
that
this, do
later,
this,
but my
fix this.
therapist told me my one piece of homework in the last week is to work on saying no to things that are not focused on improving my own life right now.
but money would improve it if I gave you money.
She said no. Jessam.
You
It's
know
because
what?
I keep saying yes to helping other people with their problems to avoid like dealing with my own shit.
I'll take your money, but
If
I'm
anyone
not
wants to know what my
gonna provide
therapy
you.
sessions are about, there you go.
Man,
That's
character growth.
So no, Jesse, I would love to do that for you, but right now I'm actually focusing on myself, but I would love to do that in the future when I'm not in this sort of period of my life.
You will.
Oh my
never
God,
do this.
Erica's gonna be so proud of me.
I would love to help
Always
you,
proud.
Jesse, if you just want to cut the check, but I will not actually show up for work.
I'm like,
cut the check and I'll
it's just
Not
easy to
Zoom
say
call
no to
with-
me because
tell
you
you're
know.
a fucking loser. That's gonna be my form. I'm gonna be like, hey, do some work today. Come on.
Yeah,
All right,
but like,
$100. Give me $100. Clean your fucking house and fold your fucking laundry.
but I
And
do
fucking
that.
Cook yourself 3 square meals.
I
All
need
right.
business help, not like square meal help.
All right. Be successful.
That's what I need
Actually-
to hear. That's
Actually
what I'm
promote
paying
your
money
fucking
for.
content. While
Send
you
those
sit
fucking
here-
brand emails, Jesse.
Yeah, while you fucking sit here picking apart perfectly good content, other people are posting mediocrity and fucking blowing up from it. Your
Here's the
content is
thing.
better than you
I
give it
know
credit
that
for.
shit's true.
Go.
I know that shit's true. The other day, I saw on TikTok, this girl got 18 million views on a video, and she's just like nodding her head. And I was like,
Told you.
I should have got on this game. I should get on the
you're
head nod.
sitting here
I
like,
got a
oh,
good head
I'm
nod.
I'm not qualified to have a history podcast. I'm not some other fucking idiot who knows even less than you's already doing it. Put yourself out there. Achieve your dreams. Be successful.
This is a good
set
head nod.
Accurate work hours for yourself. Schedule time every day to work on the projects every week that you care about and treat them like an actual job that you clock in for. All right, $500. Bye.
I don't. That didn't help at all. Now, Steven coming to my office and playing Eye of the Tiger
I have the time.
would be
Need a
great.
good montage.
That would
That's the
help me.
problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I need
Jesse,
a.
I will when I'm not doing my personal week. I'll come over and help you because I did teach fitness. If you do not recall.
So
and
is that
I'm
a yes?
Great motivator. Yeah, I'm a great cheerleader.
Well. Sorry.
I think anyway.
Sorry, therapist. You failed again.
I said later once I'm.
You
once
said
I'm-
yes.
Once I've worked on.
You
myself.
said yes. You turned your no to a yes. So really, I have won. And that's what
Fine,
this is
no,
all about
fuck
to begin
you
with.
then. No. Don't you push me.
Steven, what are you up to this week?
It's just a man and his Jesse.
Just a man and his Jesse?
Yeah. Rising up, back on the Jesse.
Rising up, it's just a man on his Jesse,
Trade
back on his
for
Jesse?
Jesse.
This is my kind of erotic, I'll be real. This is like just a man and his Jesse rising up. Now Jesse's on top. Yeah, like, okay.
Yeah.
This is where we're at.
It's
I'm not
Jesse of the
anything.
Jesse. Jesse of the Jesse.
I'm turning the Eye of the Tiger into the Eye of the Jesse, except every line ends with Jesse. And I am shipping a game. So, like that's basically taking most of my time these days.
Yo, we're 3 months out. Are you stressing?
A little bit.
Yeah, you are. Okay, all right. You
So
yeah.
I'm not worried about that deadline. I am excited about the game. I am stressing because I always want to do my best, and deadlines make me want to push hard to do my very best. So that's I want to like qualify.
Oh, it's the other assholes there.
Because
Gotcha.
someone's gonna write an article that's like, oh, Guerrilla developer is stressed about the no, don't you do that. You put those pens away. I feel good.
Yeah, but if anyone wants to contact me, I'll tell you the details. He's told me. And if it's wrong, if the article's wrong, that's because you shouldn't believe everything written in Kotaku. That's all I'm saying. It's not my fault that I gave you. Yeah, in the game, with spoilers, Aloy falls in love with like a dumpy idiot who's like, "I'm here to help, Aloy." And she's like, "You're cute. I want to have the sex with you," and that's what happens. It's 45 hours of a slow broil romantic comedy. It's true.
Why are you hurting the marketing for this game right now?
Hurting it or improving it?
The Eye of the Jesse.
Exactly. Rising up, now he's on top. Eye of the Jesse. It's so weird. Bronze, what are you up to? What's going on with you? Take us away from here. Drive us away as fast as you can.
Yeah. Hi. Hello. I'm Jasmine Priya Butler, that bronze girl. And my show got announced that I was working on last month. I'm super excited for y'all to see it. Super cool. Battle for Beyond, D&D Beyond tapped me to write and DM a 6-episode arc. I hope you'll check it out. It's very cool, in my opinion. And some of the cast members have started to get announced, which is fun. Shakar is entering, or yesterday we did the first of 4 one-shots because every time my players level up, they go on a series of one-shots, and we're restructuring how the show is going because we have a cool new sponsor coming in that I can't talk about yet. But coming into January, we have more funding to better pay our cast, which is amazing since we started making $0, and to put more money into the show. So come January, we're entering Arc 2, and we're going to be going dark after November 14th. So if you want to come hang out and catch up with the show before we relaunch in January, come through. And then after that, we're basically going to be doing 12 episodes, 4 one-shots, and then going dark for 2 months so that I have time to prep and paint minis speaking of, you should watch the show because I prep and paint minis, and it's kind of fun. It feels like a home game. Note that it's not a home game because that's parasocial and weird as hell. But it feels like a home game because of the nature of the show. Yeah. Other than that, it's writing deadlines this week, y'all. I don't know why I decided to become a writer.
Don't say that.
Rookie
I'm
mistake.
going to school for.
I have this insane fear that like Britt, that like one day I'm gonna run out of ideas. Does anybody else have this?
You will never run out of ideas.
Really?
So,
No, dude, every time
If
you
you
and
love
I hang
it's
out
weird.
together, have a conversation, we have like 8,000 ideas.
so I actually just tweeted just this like 3 days ago or whatever, that I'm at a point in time right now where I actually genuinely feel like I don't have any good new, like fresh ideas that I'm like excited about. So like, I think this is a thing that happens. It is a thing that will happen. And when it happens, what you have to do is just like take care of yourself, relax, don't beat yourself up, do the things that make you comfortable and happy, get out of your comfort zone a little, live a little, and then like, you know, a little while down the road, you'll get ideas again.
Yeah, creativity is just a constant life is just a constant inhale, exhale, right? It's just sometimes just gotta, exhaling is creating, and maybe it's time for inhaling, just relaxing, just absorbing life, absorbing the shows you want to, like anything you need, synthesizing.
Sometimes you just need another person too.
Yeah,
That's true.
I think in some ways I also feel like some good ideas have been like wasted. Like I had a really good idea and it wasn't handled properly, or it never got the attention it deserved, or it never got marketed, or it wasn't on a big enough platform. But now that I'm thinking about that, that was kind of the case with What We Do in the Shadows. Like Taika created this really great mockumentary and it wasn't that big. And then the second he had the resources, he turned it into a show. So I suppose maybe my old ideas aren't complete failures. I can always make other things inspired by them in the future.
They're definitely not complete failures at all. And you can absolutely repurpose ideas that you've already worked on, because now you know all the changes you want to make and how you want to like tweak things. So that makes it an even better thing to like pull back out.
Yeah. Okay.
You're going to be able to finish all your writing this week, Bronze. I believe in you.
Thank you.
You got this.
Eric, what are you doing?
Eric?
Glad you asked. Besides Pendragon, I've been, oh my God, grinding so hard on this Classic Traveler campaign. I've been just going deep into all the different worlds I generated, making the trade lanes, getting the ideas for it all. I don't know. I just love space Western stuff, and that's all I'm rolling with right now. I've been watching Foundation, and I just love the idea of a Western setting in space where it's just the only villain and the only hero is like the slow technological progress to the frontier, and how it just upends lives and changes things, and you're just kind of in the middle of it, for good and bad, right? I know I love that idea so much. Yeah, and I don't know. And the bebop stuff about the past, right? Like, and no matter how many parsecs you jump, the past is always going to catch up to you, right? You can't outrun it, right?
I've been rewatching Trigun, so I'm feeling this in my plums, man. Trigun is like one of my favorite space westerns.
Yeah,
but
I love that feeling of the past, and even in the far future, it's still the same problem of like, can you rectify your past? Is that possible? What are people going out in the beyond? What are they living for? What are they running from, or what are they running to, right? And that whole thing of just absorbing that, right? Like, do you, I don't know, like at the end of the day, do you feel like you wipe the slate clean? Can you live with yourself? That what people think of you, your family thinks of you? I don't know. I want those stories, right? But I feel like that's super like heady and not really what I can do with Traveler. But I'm gonna try. That's what I'm working on.
That's not too shabby. I love that idea. Okay, well, that's it for us all. Thanks for tuning in and supporting all of our ridiculous efforts in the world of everything. Everyone here is amazing and beautiful and lovely and can eat like 8 hamburgers, I guess. But we'll see y'all next time with another episode. Bye, everybody.